All right, welcome back to the channel. I'm joined by my fellow baseball fans and ball hawks who are on a regular basis. But today we have special guest Bobby K, who is the brother of Blue Jays starter reliever, left-handed pitcher Anthony K. So we'll be talking to him about what it's like to have a brother playing in the MLB. So my first question, I'm going to start off with the first question. And Bobby, what's it like watching your brother pitch and when he's pitching?
All right, what's up, boys? Everything's good? You can hear me good?
Yep.
Perfect. So, obviously nerve-wracking. I played baseball my whole life. No problem going out there, getting on the mound, and all the way up to college. No fear, no anything. But when you have no control over it, and it's someone you care about, and it's your little brother, super nerve-wracking, and obviously exciting as well.
Is it different watching him on TV compared to live? Like, how is that different?
So yeah, obviously we went to his games growing up, but his debut in Tampa, which was awesome, unbelievable atmosphere, and yeah, so it's a little weird to see your little brother playing on TV in the big leagues. Definitely a little weird, but it's awesome.
And as we know, he's pitching tomorrow. Tomorrow night, he'll be starting for the Jays. So just going to throw that out there. I do have other questions, but I'm just going to let anyone else, if they have anything they want to ask for now. Does anyone have anything they want to ask?
Did you ever play against your brother, and how many times did he strike you out?
First of all, I would hit a home run off him every time. So I never got in that bad against him. But he's way younger than me. He's 8 years younger than me. I never played against him. But I'm good friends with their high school coach, Lou Petruzzi, who's an awesome coach. And after I retired from baseball, like after college, I didn't go on to play pro. I didn't see an advantage to going to play independent ball because I need to start real life, which sucks. But the coach did ask me to come and throw because they were getting ready for some playoffs. And I haven't pitched or thrown a baseball for 3 years or whatever it was. And he's like, can you get on a mound? I'm like, yeah, whatever, right? So I'm throwing, and my arm's about to fall off, by the way, by the second inning. But I'm going out there, and Anthony steps up to the plate, so it's obviously funny. And he hit a ground ball right to third baseman, and it went underneath the guy's glove and went between his legs. And he got to second base, and he tells everybody he hit a double off me, which is not true because I think it was a broken bat as well. But yeah, he'll tell you got a double off me.
Oh, are you left-handed or right-handed pitching?
I'm a righty. Yep.
So yeah, I don't know if Joey, Josh, or Thomas, have you watched any of Anthony pitch? Joey, you might have in Baltimore. But Anthony K is a left-handed pitcher for the Blue Jays. For those that don't know,
when did he make his debut?
2 years ago, he went in Tampa Bay. End of the season, I can't remember the exact date, but yeah, it was at the end of the season 2 years ago. And then last year he pitched exclusively out of the bullpen for the Blue Jays.
Okay, because I was in Buffalo for 3 days. I obviously wasn't in the stadium, but I was sitting outside the park, so I wouldn't have seen him pitch, but I guess I was there when he was there. And I was in a game for Dunedin last week as well, but he didn't pitch that game.
Yeah, so tomorrow's a perfect day. He's out in Oakland. It's a pitcher-friendly ballpark, so hopefully he can get some cheap outs. That foul ball territory definitely helps the pitchers. And compared to Dunedin, which is a hitter-friendly ballpark,
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, so from what I've heard, the Jays' plan is they want to make him a starter. I think they're looking at a 3-4-5 type starter. So they've been stretching him out in the alternate site and hoping that he can pitch, I think, 3 to 4 innings every fifth day or a long relief. That's kind of what I've heard on Sportsnet as what they're trying to do here. So what was it like watching your brother grow up playing baseball? And was he always a pitcher? How did he? What made him go the pro route, or how did that come about?
Yeah, so growing up, he was never the best player. He was always small, skinny. He played on a really good team from Long Island, and he always played on the best teams growing up. But like as he got older, and I think it was around like 8th or 9th grade, you could tell there was something special about him. When he was 9th grade, he was on the varsity team. So you can imagine a 14, 15-year-old kid playing against 18-year-olds. It's a little scary, right? So I was nervous for him. I didn't know if he was ready as a 9th grader to be pitching on varsity because he was like so small and skinny, and he handled himself very well. And that's when you start to realize, okay, he's better than pretty much everyone he plays against.
So Josh, you asked when he made his debut. Do you guys know how the Blue Jays got Anthony Kay?
I do not.
So
They got him from the Mets.
For Marcus Stroman. So it was Marcus Stroman for Anthony Kay
okay.
and Simeon Woods Richardson. I think in 2019. Yeah. So that's how the Jays got him.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that deal. That's cool. He was part of that one.
Yeah, so that was the deal. Bobby, what was that like watching the trade happen or like getting the news on the trade?
Yeah, so it was weird. It was towards the deadline, right? And we didn't hear anything about it, but I woke up and I just see like, the Blue Jays traded Stroman to the Mets. And I was like, all right, guys. I text Anthony. I'm like, yo, you just got traded. We're joking around. I'm like, no, but you guys got Stroman or whatever. And I was like, I heard it's a couple prospects. I was like, could it be you? He's like, I don't know. So I'm just sitting there. I'm on Twitter, and then all of a sudden I forget who tweeted out. But I was like, I text Anthony. I show him the tweet. He doesn't even know. And I'm like, you just got traded. He's like, what? We're like, what is going on? Like, you figure you get a little heads up, but I guess it happened so fast in the trade deadline and everything. They didn't get a chance to do anything, but that was pretty funny. And then his agent called like 2 seconds later. It was like, you got traded. And immediately the reaction was, like, you're not happy, but when you know what the Mets had, there was no opportunity for Anthony to join the rotation. So it was good that he got to go to the Blue Jays. So he was able to get into the major leagues that year right away, which he wasn't going to do on the Mets. So, we were happy he was able to get the chance to play in the big leagues that year.
So you found out through Twitter, kind of, and then you told him before he actually found out. Yeah.
I forget which, one of the main baseball guys who, always breaks the information. He tweeted it, said it was Anthony and SWR, and I showed him the screenshot, so it was funny.
Well, Bill, I don't know if you saw, because the first tweet I saw of the trade, I'm not sure if, Bill, you saw it. It was actually Anthony who tweeted out, and he tweeted out, I'll distinctly remember it, the first tweet I saw of his was something about going to Toronto, no idea what to expect, what's good up there in Canada. And then I saw like a lot of like Tim Hortons donut stuff and just a lot of this back and forth. So that kind of like caught my attention too. When you found out it was Toronto, being the only Canadian team, being Toronto, have you ever been to Toronto prior to him being traded? What was it like just knowing it's Toronto compared to another team?
It wasn't excited that because I didn't have a passport because I'm lazy. But once I got my passport, I was super pumped. I heard Toronto's amazing, and I was all set to go. Obviously, last year I was so pumped to be able to go there, and everything that happened, it delayed. So I'm waiting still. I'm very excited. I'm happy it's Toronto, and I heard great things about the city, and I'm streaming right now on Twitch. A lot of my followers and viewers, they're from Canada. They know the area. So it's something I'm really looking forward to, and I can't wait for it to open up again.
So you personally haven't been to Toronto?
No, not yet. Yeah. I was ready to go last year, but the plans got shut down, yeah.
How has Anthony found Toronto?
He loved it. He does some of the tourist stuff, and he just tells me about, it's basically like, he didn't say these were his words, but this is what most people say was, it's a cleaner New York City, cleaner, friendlier. So everybody knows the stereotype of New York City. I'm from there. We know we're harsh people, we don't take crap from anybody, but we heard like Toronto's just like a really nice version. So, yeah.
Anyone else want to?
I was going to say the funniest part was that just as he got traded, we were going on our minor league tour. I was actually supposed to see him pitch in Syracuse. And I was bitter that he didn't pitch because I'd read as a prospect, right? Like that's one of the things I like to do when we go on the tours. Because I knew he was like, I think, what was he, top 35 draft pick, somewhere in there?
Yep.
Yeah, so I was really excited to see him play. Then he got traded. I was like, dang. Then I'm like, at least he got traded to Toronto, so we'll see him pitch anyways.
Yeah, that was a good thing about the trade was his opportunity was going to be there because, as you know, that year from Toronto, they used like 30-something starting pitchers. I mean, they had no set rotation, so it was going to present an opportunity for him. And we got three or four starts that year, so that was really good. A good thing for him.
Josh, Joey, Thomas.
Has he said anything about, because I know it's probably kind of weird, he had to play home in Buffalo and now he's like in Dunedin. Has he like said anything about like just kind of how odd the situation with the Blue Jays is right now?
Well, I'm sure you guys can odd it is for everyone. Although, when you go to road trips and you do things like that, you're used to traveling. But for the Blue Jays, they really don't have a home. And soon it's going to be Buffalo. But nothing compares to having the home field of Toronto, right? That's still a minor league stadium in the end. They really did a good job renovating it. But, I don't think anything can compare to playing at the Rogers Center. So that place is awesome. And I'm sure that they're really excited to one day be able to go back there and play there as their home.
Joey, Thomas.
I was just going to say thanks for stopping by today. For sure, it's great to hear kind of your perspective. I know that we've talked about the trade and things, and I know that Bill had mentioned 35th overall. I just want to kind of talk, what that experience was like to see a brother get selected. Was it the first draft, and kind of about the draft experience, being family.
Yeah. So out of high school, he got drafted by the Mets when he went up to the state tournament. So on the bus ride home, he got drafted by the Mets in 25th round, something like that. But the thing there was that the Mets knew he kind of wasn't going to sign out of high school unless it was for a decent amount of money. So they didn't take him in the top 10 rounds. So he fell down to 25th or whatever, which was still cool, out of high school. But then he went to UConn for 3 years. He got way better. And draft day happened. I invited a bunch of friends over. He had a bunch of friends over. We had some family, his coaches, and we knew he was going to get drafted in probably the top 3 rounds, right? But we didn't know if it was going to be, kind of like top 2. We didn't know which one was going to be. So we were anticipating it, but we didn't know when. And then when he got the call from his agent, and he said that the Mets are taking you. So I knew, my dad knew, and my brother knew. And then we went back into the room to watch them call his name, which was awesome, and everybody was hyped up. It was it was unbelievable. I posted the video on my Twitter before of that moment. It's like a minute-long video of everybody going crazy when he got his name called.
Yeah, I've actually seen that video, so I was actually going to bring that up because I know you're from New York, and I know that's your hometown team. So to be drafted by the hometown team, what was that feeling?
Yeah, so obviously it's cool that the Mets took him, and everybody, or his friends and family, were going to be able to just to drive away to go to the stadium if he ever got called up. Obviously, those plans didn't work out, but it was going to be awesome. And Steve Matz is another player from our high school. Same high school as me and my brother, and we've got to watch him play. So that's awesome. Well, now Steve Matz is reunited with with Anthony on the Blue Jays. So you got tonight you have Steve Matz, and tomorrow you have Anthony, which is unbelievable. That 2 people from the same high school, Ward and Melville, get to go back to back in a major league rotation.
So I always like to ask this question or find out, when he got his signing bonus, did he buy you anything or did he buy anything cool?
Yeah, I'm still waiting for something. But I got all this Dogecoin money now that it's all right. He can keep his bonus now. He's still a brother at the end of the day. I would never ask him for anything. Let's wait till if he ever gets one of those big contracts, then I'm going to be asking for a little. Yeah, I told him everything he knows. You think he would give me like a little bit.
Now, when you play MLB The Show, do you use him as a pitcher, or do you create your own character and be like, I'm going to show him a thing or two?
Yeah, so I haven't played the recent one. I used to play every year religiously, and I would always create a player and do Road to the Show, and it would always be me. But now that he's in the game, I guess he doesn't need to make himself. And MLB made a card for him called the Real Anthony K card, which is a 99 overall, and all his stats are boosted, which is kind of cool to see. But yeah, he's a beast at that game, and he streams it in the off season if you guys ever want to check him out.
So his 99 card is what you would usually be if you were in the game.
Yeah, exactly. After a couple seasons, maxed out everything.
So one of my buddies, when I tweeted out that you were coming on, he messaged me to ask a question. So one of my buddies has a 11, 12-year-old son who basically wears glasses, and he wanted to know if Anthony's road to the MLB was harder because of his eyesight. And he was saying that his son looks up to Anthony, and he also mentioned Danny Jansen as inspiration because his son wears glasses, and he wants to know if that made it harder. How did Anthony overcome that aspect of his MLB journey? Yeah,
so it never was a problem growing up, and then all of a sudden it became a problem. He had trouble reading signs, when he was pitching, and obviously that's crucial. You don't want to cross up your catcher. So yeah, obviously it's something that glasses obviously can fix that, and now it's kind of like a cool little trend that they got going on with those rec specs. But yeah, initially he struggled reading the sign and picking up the balls right away. So yeah, definitely helped out with the rec specs.
So it's something that is within the last few years, more or less. Or
probably. Well, I mean, he's a little bit old. Yeah, probably the last 8 or so years. But growing up, I guess he maybe had the problem, but didn't realize he had the problem. And the mounds are a little closer. Maybe that it wasn't an issue until he got to high school or whatever. But yeah, he definitely overcame that. So I believe that he's able to overcome it too.
Anyone want to?
Well, I guess my question is, what has he said about being with all these young guns in the Blue Jays? Like Bichette, Vladdy, Biggio. He must have some great stories.
Yeah, so obviously it's cooler, I think, for guys like us than it is for him because we grew up, those are our guys growing up, right? It wasn't he's a little bit younger, so I don't think it has the same, Vladdy, the senior, and Dante Bichette and Craig Biggio. It's, awesome for us. But, yeah, those guys obviously have it's rare to have just 2 and never mind 3 ex-major leaguers' sons playing on the same team. I think it's unheard of. It's probably never happened before, I'm assuming. But, yeah, obviously super cool. And it really just makes the Blue Jays just an awesome team to play for. I mean, how can you dislike the Blue Jays with what they got going on, the energy, the young team, that solid core? I mean, it's really a rare thing. And I think it's an awesome experience for even they're all grown up together. They're able to do this journey together.
Josh, TK, Joey. What's the off season like for Anthony? How is he training a lot? What is how's that?
Yeah, so it pretty much involves working out in the morning and playing video games all day, and that's just his life. That's it. That's the off season, and yeah, living the dream out there.
What?
Stays in shape. He throws a little bit on the side, but he's able to just work out. He goes to his Infinity Performance. If you guys want to check out their Instagram, they got a bunch of baseball players that go there, pros, and they really do a great job with the guys. And when he's not, he's a pretty simple kid. He just likes to play his video games, so nothing crazy.
So another 2 questions. What's it like on game day when he pitches? When he's a starter versus a reliever? And then what's it like to just play catch with him or him pitch to you?
Yeah, so playing catch, obviously I did it with him my whole life, especially when he was in high school and I needed to keep him loose or whatever. We would always be out there. Obviously, as he got older, he was able to have his own thing going on. But yeah, I mean, I played college ball, so I was used to it. I guess he throws hard. Some people would struggle, but I was able to handle it. I always like to bust his chops to try to hit him like in tough spots to catch the ball. So it's always fun to mess around while having to catch. And as for game day differences, obviously I prefer him to be a starter. I mean, just for my benefit, because I get to plan my day around when he's going to be out there, and I don't have to sit on the edge of my seat wondering if he's going to come in with like the bases loaded, nobody out or whatever. So I think it's better for him to get team down. Definitely less stress going into it as a starter, because I know when he's going to be there, and we know what he's capable of. And I'm happy for him that he's able to do his own thing in his routine. I feel like as a reliever, and especially since he hasn't been a reliever, his whole life, he's been a starter. It's a little harder for him to adjust to getting hot in 2 seconds.
So how does he prepare differently, or?
I don't really know. I can't really speak for him. I know when I played in college, I did both. Some days I would close the weekday, but usually when you're a starting pitcher, you have it down to a exact time, especially if you're going for the home team. As a away team, you kind of like to end your throwing session and have the half inning rest, just like you would normally have after you're done pitching. But it's basically like, the exact time, like, okay, 20 minutes of game time, I'm going to be doing this throw, this stretch, compared to if you're a reliever, it's, the coach is like, all right, you're going to have to stretch right now, because if he gets in a little trouble, you got to start going. And then all of a sudden it can pick up intensity right away. And, you don't have a set number of pitches to warm up with as a reliever compared to as a starting pitcher, when you could take your time and do it that way.
So Robbie just joined us. He's in Kansas City right now at the game. Robbie, do you have any questions you want to ask Bobby?
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I do not. I just joined in, wanted to check in, say hi, have you guys look at this beautiful view. If I can figure out how to work my camera.
You gonna catch another baseball?
I did not. I mean, I have a chance to, because I have an Indians hat on and I'm above the bullpen right here. This is live reporting, folks. Look at this. We're recording live as the Indians pitcher is now warming up. As you can see, this is live stuff, people. So he's warming up. I'm right here. You see he's about to throw his warm-up pitch. He's in the middle. You have all these nice young adoring fans trying to catch a ball. So, you see the competition is heavy right here.
Tell him you're on
my cuteness.
Tell him you're on
Tell them you're Zach Campbell.
I should say I'm Zach Campbell right now to try to catch the ball. We'll see how this works.
Tell them
I should tell them I'm live. This young man is warming up, getting ready for a game, folks. And this is Joseph. He is my best. He is the best usher in the league here in Kansas City. So, but I'm sorry I didn't mean to interrupt you guys. But yeah, this is what's going on.
That's a great view, dude.
Has Anthony said which ballparks he's been to that he likes the best? And then the other one is, have you been able to get to other ballparks, and which ones do you like?
I haven't been to that many, at least not as many as I want to, but my favorite one was Cleveland when he was pitching in the minor league all-star game. That place was great. Everything was in walking distance. You can literally walk from the street right into the stadium, which is way different from how we are at Yankee Stadium, where I used to go to games growing up my whole life. But that stadium was very fan-friendly. For him, I think he likes to play in the the nostalgia parks, like Fenway and stuff, and stuff like that's really cool. Growing up looking at those stadiums, and then you can't really imagine being out on that field until you're out on the field, obviously.
Hey, Yost, that's Aaron Savali if you're looking for who it is.
Have you been to Camden Yards?
I went to Camden Yards when I was younger, which is a great place. I thought it was really cool. I went on field. We did a field tour. It was funny because they're facing the Rangers, and I think, A-Rod was on the team at the time, and we were out in right field, and there was nobody in right field except for us. So I got like 4 baseballs, and, I was like 13 years old, 14 or whatever. I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Nice.
So yeah, I mentioned to you, I know over messages that we all are ball hawks. Basically, that's what we do. We go around, catch baseballs for fun. So yeah,
Tell your brother never to give a ball to Justin. Never.
Nah, good dude. Come on.
has he said any interesting stories where he's like from fans that he's overheard, or like when he's on the field, or like even during batting practice, like if he's in the outfield?
Well, obviously, every fan wants a ball and everything, and Anthony really does enjoy giving it to kids and to people who are gonna like really cherish it or whatever, and like really enjoy having it. He says I'm sure a lot of the players feel that way. That he's pretty outspoken that he doesn't like people getting the balls and trying to flip it and sell right away when they're asking for signatures. He'd rather people enjoy having the baseballs as a souvenir and that really appreciate it, not trying to make a quick buck off of the players. But the funny story is when I went down to Florida spring training last year, right before the COVID really took off, we were down there. And it is kind of crazy because, I went down to the side and I met up with him. And I was just talking, and obviously with the barrier in front, and we were just talking to my mom and his girlfriend and my sister. They wanted pictures. For some reason, they went to the gift shop first. I was like, Anthony's going to be there, like whatever. So they never got their pictures. But the fans really do go a little crazy. But he really does enjoy giving it to the little kids for sure.
Yeah, I've seen some players with the autographs sometimes. So the fans like wrap up the jerseys around the like piece of cardboard, like in the style where he signs it. It's for selling. I've seen layout players. If the player knows it's going to be sold, they'll just never sign it. And I'm fine with that because there's plenty of people that just try to like sell the stuff, and I don't think that's as good as just trying to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I just want to make a quick buck is a little silly. I think it's crazy. I know what you guys do. You told me that you like giving it out to little kids. I think that's awesome. And yeah, so if he ever does see you guys at a game, I'll let him know for sure.
So you were down there during COVID last year, right before everything shut down?
Yeah. So we go to spring training every year. So obviously not this year, but yeah, we were there very beginning of March. Yeah, right before the craziness happened.
You were probably down there. Same game I was. I went to the Orioles Blue Jays game the day before everything shut down.
Yeah, it's quite possible. I forget the exact games we went to, but yeah, it's definitely possible.
Have you been able to meet any or gotten to know any other Blue Jay?
No, I'm passing with some prospects and like Justin Dunn, and he's on the Mariners now. But that was back when back in the day. But yeah, I mean during the season, like I said, I haven't been to Toronto yet. Maybe that will change when I get there. But no, when spring training happens, we don't really like to intrude and annoy him. When you get downtime, we'll hang out with him. We'll go get some dinner or whatever. But when he's in his baseball mode, we just like to leave him to himself.
Josh, Thomas, Bill, Joey.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you for coming on here and talking to us about this. This has been really cool.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me. Thank you so much. And I look forward to doing some games and meeting up with some people that want to meet up. And when things get a little bit back to normal, we're almost there. I'll be more than happy to hang out with you guys, and we can do that.
I know.
I'll buy you a Canadian beer. It's the good stuff.
That's what they keep telling me.
Show you around.
I'll get you a boob sandwich.
It's a poutine.
There's a good poutine place in the Rogers Center out in right field in that big plaza. It's like I don't know if they still had it. It was like a jerk chicken poutine.
I'm invested in everything Canadian when I get there. Just when the time comes, I'm in.
That's awesome.
Hopefully next year, because it doesn't look like this year they'll be here.
Yeah, nothing cross countries, international. I don't think so either. But yeah, I think next year we'll be right on track. Everybody should be vaccinated, and we'll be good to go.
All right, I don't have anything else. If anyone else wants to.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was great to hear a kind of much different perspective than most people, we have.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me. Thank you so much. I'll definitely tag me in any tweets and anything that you guys post, and let me get the video out so everybody can watch it. And I really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So
Thank you.
definitely once I post this, it links to my Twitter, and I'll tag you in it, and maybe Anthony will watch it on his downtime one day, and
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
so yeah, I'm just going to thank you again for coming on. Much appreciated. And I'm just going to ask people to subscribe and like the channel, and leave a comment if you have any questions that weren't asked. Definitely leave a comment. I'll definitely get you the question if I see something that wasn't asked, and I'll reply to the comments. So please subscribe, like, and watch the video. So thank you for watching, and thanks again for coming on.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.